I don't want to sound very, very anti-Indian. There is difference between Indian enterprises and Southeast Asian enterprises and American enterprises. Acha, I'm not getting a promotion. Let me try to show that I'm valuable. Let me be that. Let me be this person's help. Maybe that person's help. That person will remember. Maybe he will tell the VP of sales that he should give me a.
That LinkedIn easy apply is the worst.
Easy apply is the worst. The whole world is applied there. They are applying like crazy. It's like Hinge. Left, right, swiping. Left, right. Wait, ho raha hai.
People who have become so much used to AI that their world evolves around AI only. That they have started losing their own identity and their own skills.
Don't be a single point of failure. That is the only way actually a sales team can be a brilliant sales team.
Enterprise sales has been rewritten over the years. Sales cycles have stretched around 12 months now, and decision makers are evolving and including around 6 to 10 decision makers. Today, I have Priyadarshini, a global SaaS sales leader and a customer success leader, having 15 plus years of experience with us. Thank you, Priyadarshini, with us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Rishav.
Before we start more about this entire SaaS sale, global SaaS over the years, the dynamics of Indian SaaS, American, US, can you tell us about your journey? Where are you from? How did you came into this industry? And where are things you have been working around?
So I've been working from past 15 plus years now. I started as an engineering graduate. To understand the, how the IT is, the landscape, I was an IT recruiter for a brief period, which is not in my experience at all, because I wanted to understand, I wanted to get a feel of how people are working. They're already engineers who are, working in IT. So then I started off with customer-facing roles from Dell, and then I was a web engineer. I did both tech as well as customer-facing. Sales was a part of my career from the day one that way. So I had clientele from UK, Europe, Ireland before anyone else, and then US, Canada, and then
and this was the year
2011. So the very first, I would say. So then I went from US, Canada to the global market, wherein I transitioned from being an individual contributor to in support or even customer-facing roles to being a procurement manager. This was 10 years ago, I would say. So I was procuring voice and SMS for a company called Plivo, and I used to travel. I used to attend conferences, build network, build, sign contracts with the likes of, I would say, Deutsche Telekom, British Telecom, and many more. And I would build and scale businesses. So that way, I have worked across B2B SaaS for now, I would say, 12 years. Yes. And I have seen all kinds of products, and I have, I have understood the difference between products, be it D2C, be it B2B, and it's been good, I would say. That's my journey. And if you ask me what I have done, I have transitioned from a salesperson to a customer success leader. And again, in customer success also, sales was a very big criteria for me. That way I understood enterprise selling better. And sales has actually transformed over the 15 years, right? So first we used to be like, we know someone, who it is, and then it is relationship focused, and then I'm selling it to them. So next it used to be understanding your product, because people would also research you. So the next era came. People would research your product and then come and talk to you. So there you had to understand the business problem and then solve the problem. Next came the time where, the enterprise selling became more complicated and sophisticated, like you rightly said, right? Multiple stakeholders. So it's now more to do like you are orchestrating a decision across, the buyers in an organization. And that is a bit challenging because you need to understand the inner dynamics. You need to understand who is the stakeholder, what is their priority. But one thing that helps you to sell here, even if it is a very complicated sales cycle and a long duration cycle, is you understanding the problem of the business that you're dealing with. The more you become, sorry, please.
No, it's okay. So just to add on over there, so when you say that sales is a part of customer success as a whole,
yes,
like when they work both together, like in enterprise sale, for you as an individual, how do we see that these two elements become very critical part altogether? Because a lot of times what happens to us now that we get we onboard some software in our company, then we need to chase the customer support team, and most of the time then a success leader gets into a sign and we need to give the context again. So there's always, I have seen some kind of gaps in between the person who has sold and person who is handling my account, or an account manager, I can say. How can we make this effective?
Okay, there are two parts to this question. Okay, I was very lucky because I was a pre-sales, manager there. So I was in sales, BD, and then there was an opening in customer success. I had to be the first customer success manager. I was given the option because I understood the sales cycle. Now, when I had two options, I chose to get into customer success. But what happened is, because of my sales experience, the lead would be generated. Then there would be POC. Then there is a business case creation, and then there is POC comes later. Sorry. So that part also was handled by me. So that way, I understood that sales actually is a part of every function in an organization. It can't be like someone sold it and then you are just sitting and implementing and you have no context and you get started from zero with the customer, right? So I also asked the sales team, which actually grew later on, to include me from day one if the context sharing is not accurate. If there is no repository, there is no documentation, please involve me from day one so I understand what is happening. So that way, once the lead was actually handed over, or this is a sales qualified lead, and the client is good to go in terms of creating the business case and then the pilot, I would start over from there. Okay. So that way I was a part of sales, and then I would also implement. So that way I got lucky for at least 7.5 years where I did both.
That's interesting, because what I have seen personally is like pre-sales team is there, sales team is there, and then the implementation team is there.
Correct.
Implementation team takes it from the sales team.
Yes.
But the whole new story starts from the customer success manager and account manager. Correct. They don't have any idea over what's been implemented. They just give it, obviously, what is implemented. How it got implemented, they don't have an idea.
Absolutely.
I have seen this in so many companies.
Absolutely.
So nowadays, like when we talk about 2011 and 2025-26 now, how things got changed for you as an individual when you deal with customers, or say suppose anything between your cross-functional team inside the organization once you onboard a client?
Okay. So I went from a bigger enterprise like Dell and Yahoo to these SaaS startups, right? So initial startups where I worked was a very small team which expanded into 100 plus and so on and so forth. When I was there, I saw the journey of the the company as well. So first there is dependency. There is one person doing multiple tasks, and then it splits into a team. So I formed teams as well. So I had I was given the responsibility to create teams around me. Now, for example, the build from zero part, right, which came in to me, as in, I have an entrepreneurial side as well. So that came from these B2B startups only. Because first there is like, you get into an ecosystem, you understand that there are problems, and then you bucket the problems, and then you figure out how, how deep is the problem, because every problem is not an, an important one to solve right now. Correct. There is no importance of that to pick it up today because I'm sitting free. Being busy is not being productive. So that way I had to ensure that I got to work with the CEOs of the organization. So that way my learning was, was fast tracked that way. And that is the whole reason why I've been in a startup culture, because the learning growth curve is too fast, right? So understanding the problems, yes. And then it would be like, okay, you've come to me with a problem, go figure it out. So these are the kind of instances I used to have with the CEOs I used to work with. And then when I had to go figure it out, I had to understand better. It was not to throw a person at a problem, but to actually break it down as to how you will solve it. So you need to solve it as an individual first, before you have more people associated to that, create a team, have people do it for you, right? So that is where my learning has improved over a period of time. So I would say that, first I was a doer. Then I was I hired, I trained, and I orchestrated it. And that way teams were built around me. So wherever I went, there was no team. I was the first person, and then I was a generalist, and then I became a specialist. So where I am right now, I have teams. right? So I know where they are coming from and all that. All my past is actually adding value here. But I also understand the problems because, like you said, as a team, there are many teams. The customer success team, there's an implementation team, all need the context, which the salesperson is the first person to get in the company. Because a lead comes, an SDR comes and assigns a lead to you. You get started talking to the client. Trust me, even the SDR would have just done research. He would not have validated it. So the salesperson is the first person who validates that this is my research. Is it right? AI will help you. But am I getting you? Is the thing that you have to validate, right? And what I have got from you has to be translated to all the teams across. Because after a period of time, you will not even be in the picture. There will be a customer success team. There will be they will be actually running rollouts across countries, right? So where are you in the picture? And it should not be like, I don't know, maybe this was discussed. And you know what is the worst part? When the CS person is trying to expand, land and expand, right? I mean, after the landing, basically, he will not know where to go. He will still be in the discovery phase. So you need to make sure that all that gets translated from here, right? So it's an elaborate exercise, I would say. Every client is important, is very special. If you look at it that way, if you do it 100%, yes, I think you will get there. And yes, you may not be the person whom it will be attributed to, because there is a lot of people getting involved for keeping a client with you, right? But it's okay. It's always pleasant part of actually bringing a business, bringing in the money for a company.
So when it comes to like this becomes a very operational or an internal process kind of a thing. But how to make it more easier for someone, a company which is, I suppose, has 200 plus people and dealing with mid-size enterprise companies, and over there I see too many chaos happens, like in between the communication. Then customer says that I want to get off, and then customer success manager, the first reply he gives or he or she gives is like, I'll get back to you, instead of solving the problem right away.
Correct.
Because I think they don't, they lack the entire history of that customer.
Absolutely.
So how, that is one problem I say every time I just talk to someone, like that is, I will get back to you on this. If the person solves the problem right away, if they had the context, obviously the person will solve the problem right away. Correct. So why this gap is there in the industry between these people? Because then it will increase the efficiency, I believe.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're right at that. What happens is, in an enterprise selling, right? Certain deals will move very fast. Certain will be very slow, and you're always, you're stretched thin between the deals. So what happens right now? This should not be a problem, if you ask me, at this age, because there is AI, there's a note taker, there's call summaries, there's everything, basically, right? So how we operate as a person also matters.
True.
Correct. The discipline you have also matters, and it is not anyone's onus to actually give you the context. You should also talk to people. Now you know that you are going to implement here, or you're going to you are the customer success manager here. It's a salesperson's onus as well as the customer success manager's onus to actually share the context of where we are. Now, initial context comes from the sales team, yes. The latter context stays with the customer success team. Now, this should become a knowledge repository for the entire company, for that matter, because even marketing, we are not talking about marketing, we are not talking about the product team, we are not talking about various other teams which are going to benefit out of this context, right? So as the companies grow, I would not say invest in tools, but have a repository, keep it simple. Even a Notion doc can be a repository today. Correct. Right? So you can have your call summaries getting logged into the Notion doc, which will actually summarize what was discussed. And then, all you have to do is, over a period of time, take all the summaries, okay, and then come to a conclusion. Now, this is the journey the client has seen, the prospect has seen through the organization. Now, this is only about organizing. Okay, it's no one's job, but it's everyone's responsibility.
Correct.
I would say that, right? And expensive tools is something that you should implement once you have a process in place. First, simplify it, solve it, and then you implement tools. Because right now people throw money at people tools. Or at tools. Because I have funding, I have money, let me do that. So okay, fine, I'm doing something at least. No, that doesn't work.
Interesting. Yeah. But for how does difference between when you sell to someone in India, like an enterprise, and when you talk to people say suppose European countries or American countries, what is the difference when you talk to them, like in terms of what they ask questions, how they convert quickly, the sales cycle, is it slow, or like how, what's the difference between, if we compare three countries, like such of Asian,
Yes.
American and the European side?
Yeah. One thing I would tell you, okay, I don't want to like sound very, very anti-Indian. Please, I mean to say, don't take this in the wrong way. There is difference between Indian enterprises and Southeast Asian enterprises and American enterprises. People do value time. Now, again, it's the complexity or it's the kind of the enterprise. If it has a global presence, or if it's it is founded in a different company, a country altogether. It's not an Indian company, right? So people work in a very faster manner, right? If no one wants to waste time. They want to see results. When you are actually dealing with a prospect also, they would be like, what you can deliver, okay, this is your product, fine. What you can deliver, do you understand my problem, and how fast I can get it? They want to jump into the pilot phase, everything faster and faster and faster. It comes with Singaporean, with Malaysian, the clients that I'm dealing with, the prospects that I'm dealing with. And again, this is the same in America as well. If there is a process which will slow you down in your implementation or even going further with the business case, they will tell you. They will inform you that things are going to be slow. Now, similarly, I've had multiple experiences, I would say, right? Now, for example, I would say Mother Dairy, okay, as one example of an Indian enterprise, which is, they know how they work. The person whom I dealt with for the first time, it was just a prospect. We were prospecting. He told me, right? I mean, do you understand Mother Dairy? I have 4 years of experience working with Mother Dairy in another organization. So we both laughed. Like, yeah, I understand how slow they are. So that's a different thing. Now, again, it's not like they are wasting my time, but again, setting the expectations, correct, right? Certain companies do it, even Indian companies do it.
Yeah,
certain don't do it.
Yeah, certain don't do it.
Yeah, some people are just wasting time. Okay, they are just on a call. They are not even paying attention to you. They are getting like 10 times disturbed. That half an hour, because this shows that they are not respecting their own time. Why will they respect your time?
True. And this, I have seen the difference between working with a small startup to mid startup to enterprise. Enterprise also tell us, when we work with them, they say that this is my budget and this is what I want. The lower ones though actually don't have any idea. Mid ones say, you send me the proposal, I will look into it. They are the most chunk of people in our country actually who love wasting the time, which exactly. I have seen personally.
Exactly.
And we have I also been into sales only all my life. So that is a chunk of people who wants proposal very quickly.
And they will not do anything about it. They'll sit on it.
Correct. So they want everything today or tomorrow itself.
Absolutely.
After that, they'll went off they will just ghost away.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing which I have started identifying, that to whom I need to send, to whom I need to not send. All those things I have done. So, but when it comes to cycle, like closer cycle, be it obviously there are some people are very brilliant. Any country, they inform us that it will be slow, everything. And there are so many people who have informed me also, and I respect that. Like banks inform me prior only, it will be very slow. Be patient enough. So you told me that's more than enough for me.
Absolutely. I know what to expect. Rather than just being that salesperson calling you 100 times and then, getting ghosted
I say,
by you.
I'll drop you 2 mails a month.
Yes.
I will. Then after that, if something happens, you drop me, or else I'll just keep following up so that you will, top of the things will come.
Correct.
So, but when it comes to, say, suppose people not setting expectations. For example, in generic way, what's the sales cycle usually in our country, like India, and southern European companies, Southeastern, any other countries, difference between like 6 months, 3 months?
It all depends on the product you're selling and the companies you're selling.
Let's talk about any SaaS enterprise for consumers company.
Consumer company is going to, you're saying D2C product?
Not D2C, I will say I will not say any SaaS, or you can say CRM to any companies.
Okay, CRM is simple. Okay, now if you go for CRM, now if I'm selling it to a D2C company, correct. I work for a company which was into D2C space as well some time back, and I managed around $1.1 million portfolio for them. The sales cycle was at least 3 months. Okay. Within 3 months, I would sell. Okay, again, I'm selling it to very smaller, entrepreneurs, right? So my sales cycle is small. But again, as the complexity increased, I would take at least 6 months, 8 months to sell.
Got it.
And if features are also coming into picture, even a new feature to implement or a new, module to get implemented, it will take at least 3 to 5 months, like that. But when it comes to B2B, right? When it comes to like complex enterprise selling, wherein you have multiple stakeholders. So I have IT, I have finance, I have procurement, because I'm in procurement space right now. There is legal. There are many stakeholders. This will take at least 9 to 12 months by default. Now, I may say that it is within 6 to 9 months, but it is not the case. It takes time because you have to take everyone's buy-in. And when one thing about your client, about your prospect is, the more people who get involved initially will actually fast track the entire sales process for you. So you have the wow moment is in the initial call.
Okay.
The first call. You make that
I
impression.
used to think that too many people will, I think it will slow down.
No.
It will get faster now.
It's not like that. The more people who get involved initially and the way you wow them in the first 2 interactions will actually fast track your deal to the closure. And again, there is a lot to it, okay? You can't slow down. After you have wowed them and you have promised them sun, moon and stars, you have to try to deliver it. You can't become slow then. You have created the momentum. You have like fast tracked it. You have got the the speed, right? So go with it. And that is when your sales cycle will come down to 6 months, I would say.
Interesting.
Yeah, because every enterprise, right? Change is a problem in enterprises, bigger enterprises.
True.
So they like people who are fast. So you already have their attention, right? You just need to play that. That's it. And this, again, like I said, with sales, with implementation, with everyone, it has to be the same. You have to be fast. Or else someone else will come and, because they are already evaluating multiple vendors. How much time will they take to switch from one vendor to another? To do a POC, they don't even need much, right? Integrations can be done in a like APIs can be exposed in a day's time, right? If they want to if they are not getting the value, they'll switch.
True.
Because they have the resource for it, they have the money for it. You just need to be fast and agile.
Interesting take upon like how it closes. But one more thing which I see these days, till today also, founders do struggle building their sales team, a good sales team, because someone is here today for two years, suddenly the person goes to a different competitor. So what makes a good sales team for any organization, be it like a startup, growing company? Let's not talk about, I will talk about mid-sized companies only. Enterprise, again, a very different ball game altogether.
Yeah.
What make a good sales team? Like for people working in the organization becomes a very integral part, because if they are happy, they are going to be in the entire team.
Correct.
So for you, what you have observed that you stuck to a company for 5, 7 years, 10 years, that makes you stuck? Because obviously 2 reasons, you might feeling the growth, also the environment wise, everything is good. But what makes a good sales team for anyone?
So sales team, again, a person who has the domain expertise should head it. That is by default. Okay. And again, he should put processes and systems in place. He or she, whoever it is. There should not be single point of failure. Okay. Because if you are the bottleneck for everything, as in one person becomes the bottleneck, things won't move. Right. So it's like a factory that we're creating. Okay. Imagine a kind of there is a belt which keeps moving. There are people who are working on it and it keeps going. You're there, you're not there, it doesn't matter. So put systems in place, and if there is something that can be replicated, that's a mundane task, make AI do it instead of throwing a human at it.
Got it.
Okay. And effective sales team is just an effective system, okay, which is functioning. It's a very well-oiled engine. That's it. People will come and go. There are so many people coming into organizations and so many people leaving. If people stay, it doesn't mean that the work is fine or, it's a brilliant sales team. Again, people stay over because they have certain, criteria that the company is actually fitting the bill. And again, the people are keeping you because you are fitting some criteria for them, right? So it's a dynamic which keeps changing over a period of time. So put systems in place. Don't be a single point of failure. That is the only way actually a sales team can be a brilliant sales team. And there will be struggles. Founders will struggle. Okay, people perform today. Tomorrow they may not be in a state to perform, but again they will be better day after. So there is no constant something that you can expect, because we are all humans at the end of the day. We have our own lives that we are leading out of office. At the same time, even it doesn't mean if you're busy that you're productive. If you're showing up, you're productive. You have to be productive by being precise in a period of time, right? By being focused. How much you can focus there and finish. Anyone for that matter. Yeah.
How to, like, there's one thing which happens to me also, and it used to happen in initial days. Till today also it happens. Like how salesperson always, like, it's a frustration work also. It's like we get frustrated, like of certain things.
Yes.
Like not replying is the basic one, which I have overpassed now, that we over the time we become used to it. If someone is not replying, it's okay now.
Correct.
But when it comes to like that key, we will do it, we'll close, the person stops replying and stops getting onboarded in the last moment. When you work for that particular thing or a deal for 3 to 6 months, and that doesn't happen.
Yes.
And that's the type of frustration. Even if you are someone who's very person will do lots of meditation also, you can't control that frustration. So how to someone deal with that particular problem? Like I am talking about someone who has, say, suppose spent around 5 years minimum doing sales only and into B2B, be it anything to anyone. This is happened to people, and this keeps happening, and that's the real frustration comes out of a salesperson. I usually don't talk to anyone on that day if something happens like this, so that nothing more will happen worse. It's just previously I used to react at times, but then I thought it's not good. It's not good that enough to do that. But how to someone individual as a person needs to overcome that part?
So I would not say okay. And this is, something from our Indian scriptures. Fal ki chinta mat karo, and I don't even have that. No, but again, there's something that you can pick from there, because this has happened to me. Now, in my current role, right? In the first 3 months, so there was this SDR and me. Okay, same one deal came from there. 2 to 3 weeks time, there was a turnaround. I'm sharing a proposal. We are negotiating price. Laga ki haan ho gaya. I got it. But, it's just his first and my first. I'm like, yeah. This, and it brings you a different kick altogether, that swiftness also, right, adds a lot of confidence in you as a salesperson. But that did not convert because we could not agree to the price the client was, the prospect was asking for. So that's a different story.
But that is a different story. Yeah. Somewhere is like you have agreed to a price.
Yeah.
And something happened.
Baat badal diya. So there, I think we can still figure it out. You know how? Because you have to keep a tap on them.
Okay.
You have to keep knowing what they are doing and all that. Some people will open up and tell you. Your relationship angle will help you there. How the person can open up and tell you that, I am evaluating another company alongside you. They are giving me this. They are not, they're not baiting you. But again, they are telling you that this is the thing. I'm also evaluating them. But do you think that, this feature can be added? Maybe they are negotiating on features or something. You can still figure it out. There is nothing like, because people who are interested to do business with you, even their time is getting wasted. They will not waste your time. They will tell you to give them a period of time, and then they will tell you, we'll come back to you. And your competitor is winning here. Can you still match it? I'm interested to work with you. So again, if it doesn't happen, it's enterprise selling. 1 out of 100, even sometimes not even that. You have to live with it. You have to put your constant effort. If it's not happening here, I'll put it in 100 other places. Because this is a given, right, in an enterprise selling, 1 out of 100. So I'm not...
And there's one more scenario, like for example, you onboard a customer, everything is done, agreement is signed. Now the thing changes altogether from there. They keep saying, I need this, I need that. 15, 20 days, 1 month crossed. Neither they are paying nor they are starting the work. How to deal that particular situation for someone? Because these are the common situations which happen in everyone's of our life.
Correct.
That's the reason I just want to hear from your perspective that what happens usually to deal with these situations.
Documentation. When you sign a contract with them, you state the terms. Now, whatever is something that I have to create for you, as in a module or something, my timelines are this. The people resources that I'm going to have are these. This is the price I'm going to quote you. Okay, anything out of the box is going to be at this price, at this timeline. Rest all which is already there, suite will be provided in this timeline. So you document, you contract, you sign, and then you seal it. And again, this will happen. So it's again the kind of companies you're working with. Sometimes you know what, you know that I'm getting into this company,
And it will happen.
and you know how they operate, how they will pull you. They'll pull your hair out. I mean, like that. I don't want to name enterprises this way. Trust me.
Omkar, you know this, how it happens.
Yeah. You know, before even you become their provider, right? You know that, inke saath ye hone wala hai mera. Because they have a name in the market and they are also living with that kind of a, what do you say, a label, right? So this is how we work. You want business from us? Get used to it. This is how they are.
Interesting.
In India especially. I don't know about other countries. I don't want to label or,
Great.
Yeah.
So apart from your day work, what you're doing as of now, been years, what are other things you like doing? Like, is there some hobby, some other other thing which you love doing, for example? Anything else what you try to do in your day-to-day life?
I solved a lot of my life problems in terms of my career. So that way, I became a global career counselor. Like I pursued a course and stuff, and it made me self-sufficient, wherein I could speak to people, and then I started counseling. People started reaching out to me to understand from my career as to how I've grown and how did I manage to switch and build a career like this from where I started and where I ended up and where I am going. So that way, I started talking to people, and then people started seeing value. I started seeing value. I was able to make a difference, and people loved transitioning from one role to another because they were happy doing it, and they were some people stuck in jobs, some people out of job and all of that. So early career, mid career, late career people reaching out to me, and from that started Clarity Circle, Clarity with Priya, I would call it. So it is both life and career coaching, which I do when I'm free. Otherwise, I spend my time, with my daughter. So yeah, that's all I do, I would say. I find a sense of fulfillment actually, and it's empowering as well, and I get to learn from people. So the reason I would like to meet people is because I interact and I get to learn your experience rather than sitting and doom scrolling on a phone. This is something I would love to do.
Then let's solve one career problem. I'll give you one problem
Sure.
statement. As
Let me try.
So, for example, if I am graduated in 2024 now, 23 I will consider.
Okay.
Before the AI boom, I got into a job,
right,
and so suppose I got into a sales associate only, in a $5 million funded company in Bangalore, HSR, and it's a team of 50 team members. I'm like one of the team member, and sales VP of sales or sales head is there, and under them 4 or 5 team members are there. I have generated leads, I have put my time, took 1 year. 2 things happened with me. That one, I'm not getting the growth in my company after doing sales also. Second, even if I'm going and applying to a different job, I'm not getting a good hike because this AI boom came into the picture. 24 and in the years of 24, 25. Like to me as an individual, like being a person now, figuring out that for next 3 years, been only 2-3 years to me in the market actually, working as a professional, and not getting that good growth in spite of providing results, because sales is something where you provide results, obviously you get a good growth. Absolutely. In my company I didn't got, and the other company also I'm not getting wherever I'm applying for. How do I solve this? Okay,
so this is all about introspection. Okay, I'm giving you, I'm revealing information about how I do it.
Yeah,
and I should charge you for this basically. Because this is not a part of our deal. Anyways, I'm just
a normal.
Yeah. I know. I was just kidding about this. So basically, it is to understand what you've learned in the last 3 years. Okay, what problems you have solved, what you have learned in the process of solving that problem, and what you have delivered. Sometimes it will be just one sentence of, in the whole 3 years, you have just done one sentence worth of work. Okay, but it may be numbers in these many regions, and this is what I delivered. And sometimes that itself is a story, right? So first it has to come out of you. It is all here, it's all in your memory because it's an experience, right? So when it comes out of you, this has happened to me because I don't do any difference. I'm not doing magic. It's you only. I just show them a mirror. Basically, this is what you are. Now tell me, why do you think you did not land a promotion in your current organization? There are a lot of dynamics. I would not say that the individual is at fault. There are a lot of dynamics because certain times, only because you are loyal to your career doesn't mean your career will be loyal to you. There is a lot that goes into it. Okay. Again, hard work. What happens? Okay. Sales is a lot of hard work. If you have delivered results, go with it. Keep that strong. Know what you have done. Okay. If you're not able to get a growth here, it's okay. First, understand why you're not getting it. There is no harm. Go and talk to your supervisor, maybe the VP of sales, and understand why there is no position where you can transition. Okay. Certain times you are capable. Okay. But the company is not ready to actually give a promotion to someone because they can't actually, they don't have funds for that particular role. Don't force yourself into that. And don't be stupid enough to pick up roles in different teams and, put more projects on your head and be that, waiter for people. Okay, I tell this also because I'm seeing this when I'm talking to people. Acha, I'm not getting a promotion. Let me try to show that I'm valuable. Let me be that. Let me be this person's help. Maybe that person's help. That person will remember. Maybe he will tell the VP of sales that he should give me a promotion.
But this only happens in smaller organizations where we get noticed.
No, this happens in mid enterprises.
But I'm talking about 100+ team members. Yeah. I'm talking about 30, 40.
No, this happens everywhere. Trust me. Trust me. If you're thinking like that, no, I'm talking to people who have 600 crore worth of revenue-based companies as well. People are doing this. They poke their nose into places where they should not. They pick up things, they make themselves, they make themselves so relevant. They think, I'm getting 8 projects. Okay, I'm working with this fellow. I'm working with that lady. Okay, maybe I'm adding value. Maybe someone will notice from the CFO, CXOs and give me a promotion. No. And then what will happen? They should not give you a promotion because you're waiting. There should be a scope, there should be effort, basis which you should get a promotion if there is a position there, if they have the money for that. Otherwise, you're just, having wrong expectations in life from them. I would say not life, from them. Otherwise, when you're trying to figure it out, right? Here, what happens is people operate from a space of lack. Okay, when they're applying outside. What happens? It's like a heartbreak. I'm not getting it here. So self-worth has gone down. And then they're trying to apply it in 10 other places. They are like applying like crazy, It's like Hinge. Left, right, swiping. Left, right, wait, ho raha hai. People are losing it. I have seen this people doing at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night, they'll be like applying like crazy. What are you trying to do? Are you even reading through the JD?
And that LinkedIn Easy Apply is the worst.
Easy Apply is the worst. The whole world is applied there. Oh, I met a lady, okay? I should not be like this. She was so worried about this Easy Apply. She started applying in places where there is less people applying. I told her, do you think why people are not applying to that role? Why is your self-worth going down? So mostly it comes up to how you treat your own experience and your career. Basically, okay, it's more about how much you are aware, how much you pay attention to, how much you put worth to it. Once you feel self-empowered and once it comes out of you, right, you become strong in a way. And I've seen that transition. Why I do both life and career coaching is because it goes hand in hand. And again, this is wrong to say I'm very good in my career and my personal life will be great. No, something will take a hit. You have to live with that. You have to live with that.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, what is one major thing any person needs to keep in their mind while they work with? Like, I believe patience is obviously one aspect of what we do. What is one thing everyone? Because nowadays we were privileged. We started working before 2020. AI will not take our jobs.
Don't be sure. Don't be so sure.
No, I mean, so I have that much confidence that at least I will do something. I will do something with my work. But the people who have become so much used to AI that their world evolves around AI only. That they have started losing their own identity and their own skills. Yes. They don't develop their own skills actually because they put everything on the ChatGPT or whatever it is or any kind of tool. So how someone today, when they are starting like any graduate 24, 25, they're evolving in their career. They start realizing this while they pass out from the college, not while they're in the college.
Correct.
So what are the key things they need to keep in mind before now when they enter into a career growth journey or any be working anywhere?
Right. In terms of thinking, okay, that's basic. Your logical thinking of problem solving is something AI has not even come close to yet.
Correct.
Okay, so there is some time for that. When that reaches that stage, then this will also be
then my
gone.
job will go.
Everyone's job will go. We will be dead by then. Trust me. I hope we will be dead by then. So, just kidding. But again, yes, how you can analyze, understand, and solve a problem is something that will actually keep you going for longer. Because the rest of the thing, the coding, everything, you can create agents. You can just put a workflow, and everything will work for you. Okay.
True.
And this is one fear that people have right now who are coders and who have been in these enterprises as consultants, who are developers and all that. People in late 40s, they don't know if their job is still secure because everything is redundant. Even people, I work with, I'm in talks with people from Oracle kind of places wherein, they have been, I should not be naming, but all these enterprises are giving you AI, their own AI, and telling you to talk to it and work with it. So what is happening? They're learning from you, right? This is first thing, right? In the advent of actually losing a job, basically. You're telling the AI what you are, how you think, so that the AI is getting trained. Everything is training the AI today. Yeah. So if you're giving your cognitive load to the AI, the AI is actually learning how you think. What is important for you? It is suggesting basis that. So what they should do, I would say, is build their analytical skills, solve problems. You remember when we were young, right? I don't know which era. You are a millennial?
Yeah, 97.
97, okay, fine. So, a bit ahead of, older than you, but yeah, I'm also a millennial. So, in terms of when we were growing up, right, our elders used to give us problems to solve, like puzzles to solve, right? That part, that critical thinking part will only keep you alive in this AI era, I would say. Unless, and how you comprehend, how you, express yourself, how you communicate is actually going to keep you alive in this era. Because certain times, you're an intelligent person, but again, your communication skills are lagging. Maybe you're a fast communicator. Maybe you talk too fast. People are not able to understand you. You are smart, but they are not able to get you. Not going to work in that. You need to work as in on yourself as well. That is the only thing that will keep you going, I would say.
Interesting. Yeah. Super interesting. Last one thing for anyone who is into sales now. Like we talk about career growth, we talk about how to crack sales, all those things, everything. One thing in sales to surpass 15 plus years in their career, like because being consistent is more important, like in their career, like a lot of things will happen. Yeah. There are few things in your control, few things not in your control.
Correct.
Majority of the things will not be in your control.
Absolutely.
So one last thing to the audience, like a person needs to keep in mind, be it in anything, like whether it be a customer success leader or a salesperson, junior, senior, anyone. Discipline.
Yeah. Have your discipline. No one will define it for you. You have to define it yourself. Only that will keep you going.
When you say discipline, I just keep recalling why everyone who has crossed 10, 15 years, they say about this discipline a lot. I tell everyone that update sheets, update tracker, keep the documents in one place. None of the documents should come out of a folder. That folder is set by everyone. Correct. So this is discipline which enables you across your life. Like people Correct. Who come and ask me that 2016 say, give me this particular document, I just go and give it to the particular Correct. Person because I know where it's kept in the back of the mind. AI cannot do this for me.
Absolutely.
Only I can do this for me. Even if I don't want to give the access to AI also to do that because it's my
intellectual content.
Correct. Yeah. So interesting aspects, but thank you so much for coming here and doing this, and I hope we have a great conversation.
Yes, thank you so much, Rishav.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.